Let's look at this draft. So on the Radiant side, we have Spectre, Zeus, Willow Axe, and a Dazzle. And on the Dire side, we have Alina, Bounty Hunter, Tinker, Crystal Maiden, and Luna. So looking at the starting items here, Lena's going pretty aggressive. Some regen queued up, but going early Blades of Attack and a Quelling Blade. I find that kind of surprising, but let's see how that plays out. And a Bounty Hunter moving towards mid. Looks like the Zeus will probably be the mid matchup here. With the Spectre on the Radiant side. What does Gaben think? Well, first of all, I'll give you my take. I think the Radiant draft has like this kind of global presence that could be really effective for locking down this Tinker and playing around the map in a really aggressive way. I think this game will rest on the shoulders of Axe to find really good initiations upon the right targets in the fight. And I think the Dire team is going to be all about getting this Luna online. She farms really fast, but hitting her timing in a meaningful way, I think, will make or break this game. So we're seeing some rune fights break out in mid. And I completely missed this first blood top, but looks to be quite the trade here with Zeus really quite low. And my initial read of this, I think, is wrong. I think it's the support Zeus. I think this is a core Dark Willow. And we're going to see this return kill onto the Dazzle here. So it's a Willow mid versus the Tinker. And we'll pull up the last hits here. Whoops. That's not what I wanted either. There we go. So I think the plays to watch are going to be these mid-game rotations here, around 5 or 6 minutes for the runes, and then really watching where this Luna farms, where the Dire team tries to find farm for this Luna, and really also how the Spectre tries to react to the Tinker's movements. I think that's going to be the key thing to find. LSA connects on this Axe, a lot of damage coming out. He's gonna be okay, but it doesn't feel good to play as this melee hero into this lane. And a kill happening at bottom, Bounty Hunter going down to the Dazzle. This is a really nasty skill at level 1, this Poison Touch. If you're out of position, you don't have boots, you can't outrun it, Dazzle will just gun you down, and there's not a whole lot you can do about it. It's really quite nasty. As soon as it gets cast, you should just disengage. Going back to this top lane, Lena's hitting level 2, while the Zeus is still level 1. Dire has a bit of an advantage here. I think they're going to try to press that advantage with the creep wave and try to find a kill here. It's getting quite aggressive, but the creeps will force the disengagement. Looking in the mid, this Tinker pulling ahead slightly in XP. Well, as I say that, Willow secures the creep and is now in the lead. So a lot of trades happening here. I think we won't see anything quite meaningful until quite a bit later. Dire seems to be a little bit more active in this part of the jungle. Granted, the Bounty Hunter got punished for it, but we're seeing a lot of aggression coming out from this Dazzle. But it will diffuse with neither side really getting a kill, but both sides not really feeling good about it. Dazzle running a little bit out of region, has to play passively now to recover some mana. I think it's going to be a lane to watch. Looking at this top lane, a lot of aggression coming out from this Crystal Maiden, but also really low. I think understanding that Zeus is kind of out of mana, they can play aggressively there. Axe, I would say doing surprisingly well, considering how difficult it is to play against a double-ranged lane. As a melee hero, doing really well. And now the Revenge of the Bounty Hunter, chasing down the Dazzle. Didn't look like he was able to get a whole lot of damage out from the poison. And now he's again quite low with no regen, so that makes it the life of this Spectre really hard, where he's just going to get wailed on by this Luna, and maybe even get Guy here by this Bounty Hunter. a lot of aggression happening here, and as I mentioned before, Dire really wanting to control this part of the map down here, with blocking this camp and creating or putting down this ward here to really control the this pathway. Really just right now being a nuisance to this Dazzle. He'll get the kill here. And as we say that, Zeus ends up getting Lena's courier. So I didn't see what was on that courier, but it's quite a bit. A bit of a return here from the Radiant side. Pump faking into the LSA, and I think both teams will be fine. Controlling the creep equilibrium here. How's Lena doing on that Falcon Blade? Already got it. We didn't know. I didn't see what was in her courier, but maybe she just got it. And a lot of aggression coming in with posturing in this part of the map. We'll see if some wards here will come out to fully commit to that push. Right now, mid looking quite even, I would say, with in terms of levels, but CS-wise, this Tinker is really taken off. Gonna be quite farmed, I think, this Tinker. I'm looking forward to that mid-game rotation we're going to see from him. And let's already change this net worth and start looking at what we're seeing. So this Luna securing the farm, top on net worth, and as I mentioned at the very beginning, I think the key for the Dire side rests in this Luna finding the farm that she wants to find, and I think right now they're doing a good job of that. The Bounty Hunter is doing a lot of work to help secure that. So going back to mid, this Tinker is not feeling a lot of pressure here, and actually feeling like he can really control the pacing of this mid lane. So I think we're going to see a strong mid game rotation quite shortly. Axe doing Axe things, and not too far away from his Vanguard, and we'll have to see what kind of push can come out here. Again, the sparring continues at bottom, and this Bounty Hunter picks off the Dazzle again. So, you know, after losing that first engagement, he's really come back with a vengeance, and we're seeing a rotation perhaps start to happen, and then going back. And as I've been talking about this Tinker really dominating mid, Willow gets the kill. So rotation not needed. This Willow really coming online with level 6 and the Bedlam to take out the Tinker. So really impressive movements there, and we'll see what happens right now as this Axe, who has had a lot of solo XP, is a level up, and we're seeing a lot of aggression because the LSA connected, and not quite a kill. He barely gets away, and the Zeus is on the backline beating the hell out of the Crystal Maiden, but he's going to end up giving his life for it. So a bit of a trade here in the top lane. It was a bit awkward, the initiation, with both targets kind of being unfocused. I think if Axe drops there, Dire's really happy, but he ends up getting by on a prayer, and will live to fight another day. So we'll continue to see this aggression here, and you know, Lena, it is a weird draft from Dire, you know, seeing like an off lane Lena, but I think they just have this plan just to like push like crazy, and so they're just gonna find this team fight farm and just go for it. Almost level 6 on the Spectre. I think we'll see a big time play from the global setup, and again a kill into this Tinker, this Willow. Understanding the matchup perhaps a little bit better and just really going for the plays. I keep missing the kills, but this is this guy's a gamer, and he's getting the kills.
There is little hope for Dire's middle.
A lot of damage coming out into the Dazzle. And I keep missing the kills here as a server, but Axe does end up finally going down. The man lived a long time, and the Laguna Blade, you know, hitting level 6. That was the missing damage. And this Willow with the Invis Rune going for the large wraparound. I think Tinker knows something hinky's going on, but does not know where to look. Willow finding it right now. Doesn't matter if the tower aggroes you. He's just going for it with the taunt and the wave. This Tinker not feeling good about this engagement. And engagement's happening all over the map. The Axe dying in the off lane. I missed that rotation. And Radiant kind of giving up a bit of this momentum, I think, that was created by this Willow to slow down the Tinker. But both of the side lanes really popping off with Eclipse and Laguna Blade coming on at the same time, essentially to get some kills. So let's see how Radiant rebuttals here. Is like Zeus is not quite level 6, and the map is about to be opened up for Radiant to push out this mid lane. We'll have to see. We see a smoke immediately happen mid, but then break because of this bounty hunter. Willow's creeped out, but what's going to happen in this bottom? So far, we have Haunt online. I think we'll see a play of sorts happen if the right target gets spotted out. Radiant trying to secure their farm into their Axe to find a Midas. Okay, so oh, I'm sorry, I had the wrong hero selected. So that's Spectre going Midas. Axe trying to find really just some of his core items. Really struggled to find farm on the map. So just trying to recover. And we'll see if he finds the initiation. Radiant posturing really aggressively into the dire jungle. I think Zeus is going to get caught here. I think he was just going for a dewarding mission and ended up giving his life for it. But Radiant crew trying to find their map. Axe level 6 now, and level 6 as well in the Spectre. Going to be a bit behind with the Midas. Not an amazing timing, but this is reactionary to the pacing of the game. Willow going Ags. I think this is probably the right move here. This hero gets so annoying with Ags. This right clicker can really... I mean, I mostly just see it in turbo games or things like that, but it can be really obnoxious. And Luna finally getting got on. A lot of return damage onto the Dazzle, but it's not going to be enough. Or is it? There's a lot of movement down here, and the Zeus ends up having enough right clicks to close him out. So Luna finally getting rotated on down here. We see a lot of pings, and the Dazzle gets interrupted from the TP, and a kill will go the way of the Bounty Hunter. So a bit of a trade here, but I think a win overall for the Radiant squad. So mid tower ends up falling. This is going to unlock a lot of potential for smoke plays, which makes a lot of... ooh, and the return kill from the Tinker just blinking in and gunning down the Dark Willow there. I feel like he really wanted to do that for a while now, and finally felt like he was strong enough to do it. So bit of a trade, I think, in terms of power levels. Axe not doing anything, probably flaming right now. Either trying to coordinate. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt that he's encouraging his team to do better. And Lena kills this top tower. Axe finally Vanguard online with a Blink Dagger queued up. We'll see if he hits his timing to find that initiation. Lena making good time with the Maelstrom, and Bounty Hunter ends up getting got by the Dark Willow. She's got a lot of damage, a lot of power coming out in this mid game. This is when this hero shines, pre BKB, and we'll see if they can utilize this timing to build a lot of damage. But the poke coming out from this Tinker is super annoying. Interrupting the TP there. He might end up getting got here. It's a close one. He's 20 health here, and the Zeus ends up sealing the deal, and the Tinker drops. So, man, just one right click away from this Dark Willow dying. And he's playing aggressively, and he's going to get the bonus pickup with the Crystal Maiden. But this Bounty Hunter really just playing Trashman here, and coming up for the cleanup. So a really chaotic back and forth. Neither team really committing either way, but finding trades. I would say it's still a win for Radiant, getting 2 kills there, but you really should have just dipped and got the farm while you could. So net worth wise, 3K lead, 13 minutes in. Dire finding the farm on the map, I would say, and a couple kills, but Radiant not without their teeth. They're biting back when they see him in the map, and I would say Zeus is playing really aggressively. He's dying, you know, here and there in kind of dumb places, but he's obnoxiously dewarding and putting in some good vision, I would say. I mean, none that's really speakable right now. It's quite defensive, but finding players on the map, and Luna ends up dying again to this this Dark Willow. So Willow with the Ags online, finding the kill. This is what I was talking about with this timing with the Ags. This hero can kill anyone on the map right now, and we're gonna see if she actually ends up abusing that. So a lot of damage. I have to use the grave defensively, and we'll see if this bounty hunter is going to end up doing anything. This Crystal Maiden really aggressively posturing, I think, not really understanding how strong this Dark Willow is, and ends up dying straight away, not without trading for the Crystal Maiden. So both teams farming right now. We see a Blade Mail build from Spectre. This is really typical whenever playing from behind with the Midas online. Low efficiency right now. Come on, man. And once again, this Willow finding the opening for the kill and single-handedly keeping their team, I think, in this match, finding these pickoffs and really slowing down this Luna, who is way behind now, I would say, dying a whole lot. This is 3 deaths. You know, it really just shouldn't be. And it's been like seven deaths or so, it feels like, in this offlane. So some aggressive posturing by this Dark Willow, placing her own ward to understand this part of the map. There's a ward right in front of her feet, and we'll see if the counterplay comes here. Maiden knows she's here, but really just Willow's not afraid, and the damage is immense, but not enough. Zeus not able to seal the deal, and living on the prayer himself. We see all the combos down here from the Axe, the Dazzle, and the Willow come down to be enough for the Dark Willow, for the Bounty Hunter, and they immediately smoke. It's all spotted out because they're all tracked, but it looks like they're a little lost about what to do here. So I think they'll just end up farming and start making their way towards mid. Lina, TP boots online. I think this is to counter this kind of global lineup, and it's also just a typical build, I think, for this Lina, who's just incredibly strong right now and benefits from so much movement speed as a farming mechanic. So Lina just doing Lina things, BKB queued up. Gonna be interesting to see whenever she joins the team to farm. Luna, Ags online. This is a big power spike. Let's see how they use it. I think this is going to be super important for their kind of death ball lineup. And Radiant, tracked or not, they're going in, and they want to pressure this mid lane. They want to force this rotation. There's the Axe initiation, an immediate pullback towards the rest of the Radiant crew. The counter initiation by Luna, but it's not enough. She ends up dropping. It's a lot of magic damage coming out. Lina on the hunt. Not quite enough with this Dragon Slave to end anybody, but really forcing Radiant to pull back. And 17 minutes in, we have a 2k net worth differential. And that's with the Spectre on the other team. You know, Spectre is one of these heroes that, I mean, Dota Plus loves. They love Spectre. They see this Spectre on the team, 3k net worth, that's nothing. That's so I would say in terms of momentum right now, with BKBs, I think just now or about to be coming up, I think it's on the courier, yeah, there it is. With BKBs just coming up, I think it's kind of a mixed bag. Initiation immediately onto the Bounty Hunter. He drops in the grave onto the Axe. Will probably save him, maybe not. He got a bunch of right clicks coming out, and he ends up ticking out. So it's a bit of a trade here. A little bit better for Dire, I think, but the aggression continues. A lot of rockets coming out, and this Luna finding the reach to finally connect with the rockets. So the bottom tower falls. This really opens up this part of the map, and Dire is hunting. They're finding this Dark Willow, finding the Zeus, and LSA doesn't connect, but all the other right clicks will, and will end up giving his life. So bit of a trade kill coming out, but I think this Willow's days are numbered unless he can do some really crazy jukes here. The BKB used from the Lina, the blink juke, is it going to be enough? I think it will. like I said, this Willow's a gamer, so playing super aggressively and finding the TP out, the man is going to be okay. So really nice plays here. Finding the counterplay, even though they lose the tower, they lose some heroes, and they lose the team fight. Good plays all around. Going back to what I was saying before that team fight broke out, you know, I was saying that the Radiant had a lot of momentum before the BKBs come out. This Willow really having the ability to just right click people. But now the BKBs are out, I would say Dire has this window to really push and abuse this. So Zeus not quite finding the ward and not hitting the jump. He's gonna give his life here, but it's a tricky thing being a Zeus in this game near the front line, because there's a lot of stuff that can just kill you really quickly. Some items coming out: Willow, Blink Dagger, and a Moon Shard queued up. I think we're gonna see this Willow still go ham in this game. Lina queuing up the Shadow Blade. I think that's going to be important for taking down the Spectre if they decide to go Silver Edge. So keeping it flexible, bit of an escape, some initiation, and a smoke from both sides. Radiant moving into the Dire jungle here, and Dire counter smoke. We see the initiation directly on the Lina. This axe call is exactly what they need to be finding, and it works. Some damage going out here. The Lina ultimate into the these missiles. It is a nasty bit of magic damage coming out from every direction. Axe and Dazzle just drop while they're running. This is never fun to play against, because it just it feels so hopeless. There's a Willow farming up, tracked as always, and Inspector finding farm. The man is just going to town. He's still way behind this Dire squad and the Willow himself, but finding it nonetheless. So giving a lot of space. The Luna goes down. The LSA connects onto the Willow and the Grave at the last second, perhaps saving the man. As I say that, the Crystal Maiden ultimate is enough to actually do it, and the two-man call onto the Lina, watch this BKB'd. This is huge. The amount of damage coming out, though, from this Lina is immense. The right-click is just not enough. It doesn't matter if you had a Grave, you're going to get got. This Lina going full machine gun mode, right-clicking this mid-tower down. So a bit of a map development. We're seeing most of the tier 1s in this part of the map just getting demolished. So really enables smoke plays and opens up possibilities for Roche. I would say Dire has a better Roshan capability because they were able to secure this top tower really early. So let's see what movements happen from the Radiant squad in rebuttal. 21 minutes and 7k net worth differential. Dire's finding their farm. Shiva's almost ready on the Tinker, and the Spectre still farming. When we see the Spectre come online, I think we're going to see a massive fight potential come on there. Radiant right now is fighting 4v5. They're just trying to buy enough time. It's the name of the game. And on the Dire side, Lina's getting items. Crystal is queued up. Silver Edge queued up. These are all things that just gonna make every bit of farming that Spectre's doing less useful. So finding the D-ward, the Zeus, probably not gonna give his life here, but Lina's farming aggressively, taking this Radiant farm. Let's see if the counterplay happens here. Radiant's moving in from all directions. I don't know if this Lina sees this or knows about this. LSA connects, and the Zeus will go down. So Axe initiation, as I mentioned before, is going to be key. As the BKBs get lower, really finding the opportunity to find the initiation. As I say that, it's so much damage. The call happens, Lina's down. This is exactly what they need to find. This Axe, the entire game rests on his shoulders of finding those crazy initiations and really just reducing the effectiveness of the BKB from the Lina. So that this Willow and Zeus can pump out damage. So Moonshard online from this Willow. I don't yet know what she's got queued up, but she's a powerhouse right now. Let's see if we'll see a smoke come up soon. Lotus Orb queued up on the Dazzle, much needed against the Bounty Hunter. Speaking of Bounty Hunter, he's got an Ags, very annoying to go up against. So we'll see. So the smoke ends up happening right here. The Zeus, Axe, and Dazzle is kill squad going to hunt somebody on Dire. They find the Crystal Maiden. It's going to be an easy kill for them, and it's exactly what they need to keep finding. So Ags online for the Spectre, trying to get a little bit of that participation XP, and the participation award will be given. So building the Manta style next, it's really going to help him get rid of some of that track and maybe even dodge some spells. So useful item. Let's see. Going Mage Slayer as well. Call, the track rather, is out, and this Tinker going for it. Doesn't matter if you can haunt. You're gonna get right clicked, and the Lina gets the call on the back line, and running down this Tinker, it is going to be enough. The man falls. So Radiant living through that initiation where I thought they were doomed, and finding the kills, the important kills on the course. Crystal Maiden staying a little too long and gonna get punished for it. This shard, it's a lot of damage. Luna ultimate coming out. This is a clown fiesta. Fights never ending. Everyone living on 20 health. But Luna finding the kill there at the end, and Crystal Maiden out way too far. But an interesting fight. So that was a big fight for Radiant. That was the first time all 5 of their heroes came together to really fight, and we saw how that went out. 4 heroes dead on the side of Dire. So Radiant still has teeth in this fight, and with some of the crowd control now with Poison Touch on the Dazzle and Axe, feeling a bit more tanky that he can fight with things and live through that initial jump. I think they're feeling strong. So it'll be interesting right now to see what their next play will be. What is the item queued up for the Willows? So going BKB as well. So this is to, I think, really counteract just this annoying Tinker spam and the Luna ultimate and the Dire squad just not really, this Bounty Hunter not understanding that everyone's still here bottom with Radiant, and they're gonna take this tower, and if you want to die with it, you can. So net worth lead diminishes 4K. This is how you strike back. Bit of a strange dewarding going on there, but I guess it's more to find the Bounty Hunter later. So Lina, Invis on the hunt, getting spotted out. This is huge. Hexed, the BKB will be able to go through, and we get the kill. Right-clicking that Axe down, and is Dazzle going to make it? I don't think so. He's got the entire Dire team right here in the jungle. But this entire time this is going on, guess who's farming? Oh boy, Spectre. He's got a Mage Slayer. He's going to have a Manta pretty soon. And Willow's on the farm as well. This BKB timing is going to be huge. It's going to completely nullify all the crowd control on the side of Dire, and basically all of Luna's build, all of Crystal Maiden, all of Tinker. Willow's going to have an opportunity just to go ham. So we're gonna look out for when this happens and when the smoke comes. That's going to be the fight that we want to see. It's gonna be wild. So let's see how Dire prepares for this. Surely they see that that's or even understand that that's what's going to be coming. So we see a Lotus Orb coming out from the Bounty Hunter. This annoying Shiva's Guard on the backline from this Tinker just getting farmed up. And what is Lina's next item? Silver Edge on the ready, going Gleipnir. So this is going to offer that extra bit of initiation potential, and even counter initiation, like really finding the Axe maybe before he jumps to interrupt any opportunities of a crazy call, blink call. So DD onto the Willow, big opportunity to go for a play, and Willow's saying, let's go Roche. I'm really strong right now. I got a DD. I'm just going to right-click this boy. So pinging it out, it will be scanned. So I think Dire knows that this is where they are. They're positioning up here on the Roche pit. AoE spells coming out, defensive usage, and the Haunt comes out. All of Radiant knows where Dire is. And now Dire's saying, you know what, we'll take this. We'll take it. Lena's in there just right-clicking away. And it looks like they might have to give this up. So a bit of maybe a miscalculation from Radiant about what was happening. Maybe even some miscommunication, like, are we going in, are we not? Because the Haunt was used, and wasn't a whole lot of follow-up. So Dire ends up taking the Aegis and immediately smoking after that wave clear, and they're running into the Radiant jungle. Let's see what actually ends up happening here. The smoke will break here shortly, and the Bounty Hunter tracking this axe. Let's see what the follow-up happens. So I think this guy's kind of stuck. I don't know if there's a lot he can do, and indeed the Lena finishes out. The Haunt comes out from the Spectre, well, the Shadow Step, but no real meaningful follow-up. The initiation onto mid. Zeus kind of stuck out, tracked, and missiles and Shivas. It's a nasty combo. So not a whole lot of follow-up that can happen here. This Bounty Hunter's being super annoying, interrupting just about everything. But there is some rebuttal here. This Willow finding some of the right clicks, but not enough to actually do anything meaningful. So Dire reading that they need to really slow down the Spectre even more, take over the map, and secure the farm here. Lena positioning super aggressively down right in front of the Radiant base. Didn't even think to look there. The guy is gone, and that's ages wasted. So maybe Lena seeing a bit too much of a possibility for a kill and got really greedy. But stick to the objectives, you know. So Lena, Gleipnir completed, 2,000 in the bank. Let's see how she ends up spinning it. Here comes the Gleipnir attack into the LSA. Right-clicking, right-click not needed, Laguna blading the axe down. And this will be the tier 2 mid that will kind of break open the opportunity here for the capturing of the outpost. So initiation onto the Lena. The TP just being interrupted, kind of misreading that aggression, and Dazzle will end up saving himself, and the Luna will just die. So, again, a really split fight here from both ends. Supports dying on both sides, and the Tinker and the Dark Willow just doing their age-old duel back and forth. But this time there's a Spectre there, and so Tinker has to dip. So a bit of a chaotic read here. I think Lena thinking that Radiant was feeling like it was GG, started TPing really aggressively here, and Willow found the opening, and the Tinker. Where was the Tinker? I gotta back up for that. Tinker just maybe trying to find the farm, but there's nothing you can do about that, man. So Willow feeling strong. That 9-second BKB opening the door. So they're losing a bit of the base, but this Dire crew overextending immensely and really paying for it. So I mean, Lena's still this massive net worth lead with the Hurricane Pike queued up. She's reaching pretty farm territory where there's not a whole lot of areas she can grow. And the Spectre, Abyssal Blade queued up, has lots of areas he can grow. So this is interesting. It's I think we're gonna see a point when this net worth differential isn't gonna feel that different, because it's gonna be some dead net worth on this Lena who can't really use it. So the game leveling out a little bit. Dire in the lead for sure, but really sacrificing a lot of that control that they initially had. So a bit of a bait here with the DD rune. Axe gets it, but the rebuttal is immediately here. He BKBs, and Bounty Hunter's kind of getting got on by this Zeus, but both teams... Okay, it's a bit confusing. They back up, then they go in. Bit of a communication issue. And the Luna's trying to find this Zeus, but not really finding it. Posturing really aggressively. I think reading that this top fight is going on and maybe able to find something. The Lena gets got by this Dark Willow, who's just finding everything on the map. And the axe ends up getting got at bottom. So it's a really chaotic fight happening in two different places. So Axe does get caught, and Luna's trying to transition that into a mid-game push, but Spectre's immediately there. So this global presence really coming online. Will a Basher hit happen? It doesn't matter. They're just gonna goose you down with the Zeus ult. So again, Lina maybe not quite communicating super well with the team about what the objectives should be. This magic build kind of fallen off, I would say.
I am so goddamn proud of you, I could punch a wall right now.
Alright, so this Dark Willow finding the kills again. The global presence continues. So how does this Willow scale further? What's the next item? 4K net worth. What's it going to be? I'm very interested. Looking at the map. My caps lock was on, so I couldn't smooth transition. Gleipnir coming out from this Lina. This fight defensively happening here in mid. It looks like Zeus will find really a lot of damage. The buyback coming out immediately from the bounty hunter, and the it's so chaotic. But Axe finds the initiation, taking out the Luna. There's not enough damage from this Tinker, so the rebuttal bit chaotic. But the buyback, was it worth it? I think Radiant's happy with this, spinning the buyback onto the bounty hunter just to give up the supports. You know, Radiant found the initiation they were looking for, took out the cores. So big plays happening right now. And what's going to happen with this Tinker going up against the Spectre? Completely misreads it with the Psychic Headband and just gets right-clicked down. So the Spectre coming online, having this Abyssal Blade and this global presence with the Ags to really just counter this Tinker in a big way. Not a whole lot he can do. Building the Overwhelming Blink, I think that'll be a big power spike. But what can he actually do with it? So Luna coming in, Octarine online, BKB queued up. It's damage, and it was immense in that fight, but we're really starting to see it fall off. So what's Willow using? Buying a refresh orb. So we're going to see an even longer BKB and a complete refresh of Bedlam in these fights. This is the right build. Going to eat the Aghanims for that extra item slot. 36 minutes in. For the first time this game, Radiant has a net worth lead, taking over this map by killing the tier 2 tower, cracking the map open, and really revealing a huge weakness right now in the dire timing with their draft. So this Lina not finding farm in a while. They're smoking up the entire dire crew together, going back in to try to secure their jungle, perhaps finding a pick-off. Axe standing just there in the jungle, getting spotted out, immediately getting tracked. The right-click damage will happen, and somewhere off-screen, this Dark Willow gets got because the Tinker is hunting. The Lina and the Tinker both finding some kills here, but it's a lot of damage onto this Tinker from the Spectre. Axe not actually dropping and retreating back. It is a lot of damage coming out from this Tinker, but he'll eventually end up falling. Tinker living on just 100 health. Spectre out a little far. Dire strikes back in a big way. Huge net worth differential. It's 8k swing. Really chaotic. So we had Lina and Tinker using global teleportation to find a kill on the Willow in this bottom lane while we're watching this smoke happening here. So really good coordinated attack hitting at the exact same time, and they're going to try to go for a lane of racks here. So the Dire team coming up to this high ground, and this Lina just gets absolutely mad just with the right clicks. That's the entire bottom lane. We're going to see them go for more. 1 minute down on the Spectre. Fortification used defensively. If you're Radiant right now, it feels bad. You know, there was no opportunity to really buy back there, and you were feeling so good at that last hit. Lina, pretty low right now, having to BKB to try to right-click this Rax, but might actually end up getting got here. Last second, uses invisibility to dodge out the Hex. So Dire pushing it really far, finding the bounty hunter. This Tinker is hard to follow. He's constantly blinking, and so Willow with this refresher online. It's we haven't yet seen it really get used. I mean, that fight in mid, it did a lot of damage, but really falling pretty quickly here at bottom. Let's see if we see a coordinated effort from Radiant to try to secure Roche. This is really going to be the next objective. Finding the Lina, this axe just gets the kill. So the Haunt being used by Spectre to scout out the Lina. Axe gets the objective done. So they're capturing this outpost. This is huge for Radiant because the next important objective on the map is Roshan. That's going to decide the next lane of Rax, and Dire losing this is a huge loss. So Luna getting got on again. This DD Willow plus the Spectre finding the kill. So, you know, just as easily as you can take a lane, this Radiant squad still has a lot of bite left in them. So the lanes continue to push. Zeus drawing out these lines of where they want the axe to be. Man, Willow pushing it super aggressively into the Dire base. BKBs have to be used defensively, and this Willow's out really far, but still posturing that he can actually get a kill. We'll see if anything actually comes of it. The Spectre ults onto the Crystal Maiden, actually getting that kill, and this Willow has to refresh her. BKB jumping into the enemy fountain to kill the bounty hunter and the bought back Crystal Maiden. Absolute gamer here. Been saying it the whole game. Goes for the defensive play, but it's not enough. The Luna buyback is finally the one that puts the little fairy in the grave, but Radiant is pushing in. So wow, really, really chaotic fight that actually causes the net worth to swing in favor of Radiant. Again, we were 6k up just a moment ago, and now it's back down to even. So Spectre this whole time farming, and got a butterfly. No, not a butterfly, but what is he actually queuing up? It is a butterfly. Keep shipped. And a nullifier. So it'd be interesting here to see, I guess, the nullifier for the Ghost Scepter, or the Ethereal Blade on the Tinker. What do we got here from the Zeus? Going for refreshers as well. Big when he gets it. Dazzle, pretty poor, but I think itemizing really well. This Force Staff and this Lotus Orb, really important for saving the cores, getting initiated on. I think this Yule's be a great interrupt for catching a Tinker whenever he's trying to do Tinker things. So Hex coming up on the Bounty Hunter. It's going to be big. Dire posturing really aggressively into the Radiant jungle, but you know, if you're Dire, do you want to be here? I mean, Roche is the next fight, and it feels a little bad, I gotta say, to be playing over here. Whereas Radiant feels pretty comfortable farming up on this side of the map, readying to do Roche. So 43 minutes in, dead even. Dark Willow preparing the nullifier. How is this going to play
This'll
out?
come in handy.
Ninja gear at the ready so that she can hunt. Dire moving back into their top jungle, pinging out Roche. There's probably some wards out there, and Crystal Maiden finding that. So taking over this objective, trying to find it. And by it, I mean an opening for Roche. I think we'll see a smoke here soon. Bottom lane constantly pushing in. I think the next team fight rests on Axe shoulders. I've been saying it for a while, but if he finds the initiation onto 2 heroes, it could be really GG. So this Dazzle moving in deep. Tons of burst damage, but the man doesn't fall. In fact, it's the Tinker that falls because he has the backup of this Axe who is finding the initiation. Spectre pushing in deep. The Crystal Maiden playing like a boss and is doing a ton of damage. Actually ends up killing the Spectre. Lena gets it, and the Axe falls to the Lena. A lot of damage coming out from this Dark Willow. The Lena's just going to fall. Refresher used. This Dark Willow's on the hunt. Finding the interruption onto this Luna. Gonna go for the kill. It's just the bounty hunter left, and this man is not fit to fight. So this Willow just doing a ton of damage, finding this nullifier, and using this refresher to secure so much damage and another DD. So this is going to be Roche onto this Willow, just doing so much damage. So such a chaotic fight, you know. I think the Dazzle not dying up there really set the whole fight sideways. The Axe had perfect initiation, and this Willow really good positioning, I would say, as well. Just finding these this tree line to kind of hide in, making it not easy for the Dire folks to find out where these killing orbs are coming from. And while I was saying this bottom lane is pushing in. And so Dire has to do a little housekeeping. Refresher up on the Zeus. 2k net worth lead for this Radiant team, and the entire mid rack's gone. I feel like we couldn't have a more even game on our hands. Dire really prioritizing the defense of this Roche by warding up here, but it's interesting that they set such aggressive wards, but they ended up fighting over here where they don't actually have vision. So I think a bit of a misread on where they're strategically strong and when they're not. 30 seconds without the Luna. Aegis on this Willow. Boots in the backpack. Going for this catch up onto the Tinker. The ults, global ults are used, and I think the Tinker's gonna get got. It's a ton of right-click damage coming out from all these folks, and it doesn't matter if you can hide in the tree line. You're gonna get found because this Dire team has all the tools needed to spot you out. So it's kind of a hard game for a Tinker, but Lena trying to secure that farm. Radiance out on the Spectre. That was the item I was initially confused by. Immediate Hex and nuking of the Dazzle. This man is out. Really aggressive play by this Spectre onto the backline. He's getting hexed and right-clicked, and this Luna just doesn't have a lot. BKBing and just kind of running out, disabling the blink of this Axe. The backline's going to get caught because this Bounty Hunter and the Crystal Maiden are just going to drop, and he'll just run away. So Axe barely surviving, finding the opening. Dark Willow killing the whole backline. Lena versus Dark Willow over here. Just barely missing the interruption of the TP. I gotta say that was that might have just been GG if Willow catches her there. So not the end of the world, but just a very close fight. Lena just choosing, you know what, I TP'd out, but I'll just run back in. And so much damage. The uphill miss, saving her life. Lena feeling a bit ballsy. This Willow's perpetually in the Shadow Realm. So pretty wild. The towers at top are just pushing in. Spectre falling in that fight. 4k net worth lead Radiant. So Willow using Ninja Gear searching for a bit of a pick. They're finding it on the Zeus with this Lina. Immediate counter global rotations, and the Gleipnir comes out with the Luna ultimate. It's a beautiful pairing, and they end up taking away the Aegis. Tinker coming in, stepping onto the grave of this Dark Willow. The chain stuns are just enough to bring her down, and Dire secures their jungle with the pickoff, finding the Zeus, immediately finding the Dark Willow. So really amazing pairing with this Luna ultimate, doing a ton of damage when combined with the Gleipnir. They just have to stand there and just get Moonbeam done, and it's really effective. So Dire team really reading it. We got to push now. So they really do exactly that. Roche is an objective. Let's take the Rex. So Lina incredibly fast, pushing through with this Luna, who's not really, it doesn't have a right click build, but nevertheless can do a lot of damage to buildings. So track coming in, and this Rax is falling. A new lane down, so that's it's really good for Dire here, because the lane will now equalize more naturally, whereas this bottom lane will continue just to push out. So reading that this tier 2 is the next last objective. Dire posture to take this out. So they have really good aggressive wards here. They'll see any kind of counterplay, so this is a bit of a freebie. And Willow's save and buyback down for 20 seconds. Let's see if she has to do it here. This is this awkward, like, you never want to do this. Axe smoked up, looking for the wraparound. Him finding the call here is mission critical. Refresher on the ready. Posturing. Can he find the Lina? He goes for the call. Instant BKB. The haunt comes out, and it's enough. The Lina dies. Continuing on, deeper in, the Luna has to defensively BKB along with the Crystal Maiden. It's a lot of rebuttal damage. The Axe ends up following. And the Luna will finally get caught by the Dark Willow. So, big return here. Axe finding the call that translates into 3 kills directly. And the final push is thwarted by the Radiant team. So, now it's Dire's turn to play defense here. Really even. We have a perfect even net worth, basically, with this Radiant crew ready to roll. 4K in the bank. What's Spectre going to do with it? He's just going to buy a Butterfly outright. And just pushing down mid. Just not really knowing if they have buybacks. Hoping they just bought out. Looking for the opening. Let's see if the Dire crew actually ends up buying back here. Let's check buyback statuses. Basically everyone except for the Zeus and the Spectre have buyback. Fortification is used, and Crystal Maiden buys back. Let's see this defense. So mid towers falling quickly. The missiles flying out. Can this Dark Willow actually translate this into more? 1 tower down. Zeus staying back to defend while assisting globally. And Radiant has to back, so we just see 1 buyback used. I'm sorry, we saw 2 buybacks used. The Luna bought back as well. So 2 buybacks used. So it's a bit expensive. Net worth lead goes to Radiant, but nevertheless, the game is an essential standstill. The pickoff, finding the bounty hunter over here. The instant blink disable. This Dark Willow finding the opening here onto him, but he himself gets hexed and caught, and the Luna ultimate combined with the Laguna Blade is enough to take out the Willow. Follow up. The Gleipnir coming in onto the Dazzle has to use Grave defensively, and the Axe goes in for the call, taking out the Lina. All that being said, the buyback happens from the bounty hunter, and the global presence from this Spectre is huge, taking out the Crystal Maiden. That's a dieback. This Luna over here, a little bit stuck in the trees, not really sure what to do, has to BKB and back up for the Tinker to come in to eventually kill this Axe here. So Dire having to use a lot of their buybacks to get the fight they want, but it ends up happening that they can kill the Dark Willow, and they're going to translate this into a push, pinging out this top lane as defense. The Radiant squad knows what they have to do, but Dire's pushing. This global presence of the Tinker really creating some aggression here. So all lanes being shoved in by the Dire squad. I think they're going to play it safe and try to translate this lane pressure into an opening for Roche. While the Axe is dead. So, all that being said, Roche is still in contest, and they're not actually going for that. So, maybe a bit of a communication misplay. This bounty hunter going in deep and combined with the Tinker to try to find the opening onto the Zeus. Haunt has to be used defensively to try to save him, and trying to kind of disengage here, I would say. The Radiant doesn't really want to take that fight, and Dire maybe was also feeling a bit wonky on it and wanted to get out. So Haunt used, I would say that's a big opening for this Dire team to try to take the play they want. Willow smoked up alone with the Ninja here, going into their own jungle. Can they find an opening here? Zeus ult to reveal everyone. Instant catch onto the Lina. Hex, it's going to be Alina dead. Dark Willow finding the kill that's needed. 4K net worth differential. Roche still in play. Radiant ready to take a fight. 3 buybacks at the ready as opposed to Dire's 1. And big ol' arrow drawn by this Axe. Push the mid lane. Fight happening top. The Spectre caught out a bit with the Perpetual Hex. I think this guy might be a goner. There's not a whole lot he can do, and indeed he'll die. He'll instantly buy back. What's he going to do with it? Bit of a rage buyback. The man does nothing. So, kind of a throw here, I would say. Buying back and not able to do anything with it. Perhaps waiting for his team to find the opening and then initiating. It's a bit tough. So anyway, Radiant going for Roche here. $1K net worth lead Dire. Lina down for a minute. Spectre joining the team with that captured Dire outpost. So this will be Radiant claiming an Ags, Cheese, and of course the Aegis. So who will take the Ags? It'll be Dazzle. So be able to reset cooldowns. It's a bit of an awkward item to use, but we'll see what happens. So Dire on the back foot has to defend here against Aegis. After the game looked so done just a moments prior, it looks like Radiant is ready to close this one out. Let's see what kind of defense Dire can mount here. With the Lina down for 20 seconds, can they hold this bounty hunter getting just got on, down for 2 minutes? This Tinker finding the Spectre here. This is permanently disabled. This will be a dieback if they can get this kill. Axe missing the call. This is huge for the initiation. Spectre just dying on the tip of that, and Crystal Maid doing a ton of damage in collaboration with the Luna back here to take out the Dazzle and the Zeus. Crystal Maiden will end up giving her life, and the Lena's up now, and she's going for the rebuttal onto this Dark Willow, who has to BKB run away. The Ancient is exposed, but Radiant has to run. The Tinker catching this Dark Willow with the Hex, it ends up being enough. So Dire holds, not having to use any other buybacks, and actually getting the kills they want. Axe not able to find the initiation. I think BK being slightly too late, and his Blink Dagger getting cancelled. He just wasn't able to find the call. I think if he finds the call, that fight goes differently. So big defense from Dire, pushing in right now on mid. Bit of a find here, interrupting the TP. This is huge. BKB has to be used, and the entire Dire squad just seems that they can just TP in everywhere because everyone has a global presence. This Axe on the run, but getting hexed, getting stunned. This might be the end of the Axe. He has buyback, but you kind of want to save that. You want to save it for the fight, so that's an Axe down. Buyback used on the Willow, instantly smoked. Dire reading, they have to back up a little bit. Zeus ult used, trying to find that catch onto the Lina, but the Lina's a little bit faster this time around, is going to get away. Hex or no. So, the initiation not found by the Radiant team, and Dire perhaps finding the counter initiation here. BKBs have to be used by both sides, and they end up just staring at each other, not actually doing anything. So Dire shoving in the lanes with these illusions. BKB TP out. Some aggressive wards here by the Dire team to try to find these movements and see if Dazzle goes for the D ward. He ends up doing it. So this time it's Crystal Maiden drawing the line, saying push this top lane. So the Luna's up here with Refresher queued up, and a lot of damage coming out, and the Aeon Disc actually end up saving the Tinker, with the Dazzle also barely making out. Aeon Disc taken out from the Crystal Maiden. They're taken off everywhere, so all these fights being avoided. The Willow is stuck over here. The Dazzle ends up falling. The Willow ends up falling. The Spectre ends up falling. This might be the opening that Dire has been looking for. They catch the fight. It's a bit of an awkward position, but this kind of overextension, baiting with the Aeon Discs, it seems, creating this awkward team fight where then Dire was immediately able to counter push. And I think this is for sure Megas, maybe the game here. So let's see. No one is pushing. There's still this threat of the axe call. This man can still pump out a lot of damage. Here is the call onto the Lena. It's a lot of damage. He's going to end up getting the call, but he might end up giving his own life for it because the BKB's over, and he's going to be perma-hexed from here on out. But he has refreshers, and so he instantly BKBs. He's running at this bounty hunter, getting a double kill. This axe single-handedly defending this top Rax. This is bonkers. I don't understand. So big blinks coming over here. Zeus out surprisingly far, and this Tinker's gonna punish that overextension with a kill. So it's only Axe alive. I still don't understand where the push is, but this Axe is ready to defend. He has to defend the mid lane a bit. Still 2 minutes without Zeus. 15 seconds till Dazzle, and Axe Heart at the ready. Bounty buying back. Still no push happening onto this top tower. They're just pushing the Ancient Naked. Fortification comes out, and they finally get the Hex onto this Axe to get the kill they want. But the man lives with this Lotus Orb in the Blade Mail. He was pumping out a lot of damage, but eventually he does fall. So he buys back, and it's a lot of damage here coming out onto these folks. But the Ancients exposed. It's just not enough. What a wild game. What a crazy game. So super wild. This graph, I wish we could see the win rate probability in the off screen, because I think it would just be like this. I should have looked at it right at the end, but really wild game. Complete back and forth. Both teams completely misreading, I would say, moments when they're strong and when they should group, but Dire finding the opening nonetheless. So super cool game. Thanks for the recommendation and sending it to me. I really enjoyed casting it. I hope you enjoyed it too. I'm a new caster, always looking for feedback and opportunities to grow. So if there's another game that you'd like me to cast or have a look at, pop it in the comments, and I'll try to take a look when I can. It's patch day today, March 6th, so the map will look different, and I'll have to do some learning of my own. So thanks for watching, and until next time, peace.